May I come in?
Yes.
May I have a seat?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
May I know your full name, please?
My full name is Lovely Kaur.
Then, what does your name mean?
Well, the meaning of my name is something new.
Who told you this meaning of your name?
Well, when I was in third standard at that time, my mother told me, as it was asked by me by my trainer in the school. So I asked my mother, and she told me that it means something new.
Can I have your ID, please?
Sure.
Thank you. So, where are you from?
I'm from Faridkot, which is situated in the Punjab state, and Punjab state is situated in the north part of India.
May I know something about your city?
Well, my city is quite historic as well as has a religious background because the saint named as Baba Friji has a great contribution in the forming of the city, establishment of the city.
Okay. Then, is there anything that you dislike about your city?
Well, there is nothing that I dislike in my city because I have grown up in this city, but it is underdeveloping. So, but this is not a thing that I can say that I dislike about my hometown.
Okay. Then, may I know your qualifications?
Well, I am a commerce student. I have completed my graduation with BCom.
Could you please mention the subjects which you have studied over there?
Well, I studied business studies, accountancy, economics, and some linguistic subjects such as Punjabi and English.
Okay. And have you planned something for your bright future?
Well, I have planned to go abroad, but I want to come back after that so that I can establish my own business in my hometown.
Okay, so let's talk about part one topics. And first, I would ask you questions about sleep. How many hours a night do you sleep?
Well, I sleep 6 to 7 hours a night because I think that this is an adequate time to have a good sleep.
Do you think youngsters in your country sleep more than that of old age people?
Well, I don't think that because youngsters most of the times are occupied with their academics or some sport activities, or whenever they are free on their weekends, they usually prefer to perform some leisure activities. So they do not prefer to sleep much because they don't get time.
Okay, and one more question. Do you think children should be given with more time to sleep?
Well, I don't think that because children are not supposed to do something forcefully. Whenever they have to sleep, they sleep rather than considering the place or the situation. But I think that giving them extra time will like lead them to sleep forcefully. That is not going to be beneficial for them because it will not make them productive.
So, is it always mandatory to have a nap during the day?
Well, I consider that it depends upon the age group of the person. If the person is an adult at that time, it is not quite necessary for a person to have a nap. But if I talk about the old age people, they do not have any work to do. So I think that they usually prefer to sleep during their free time.
So the next topic that I'm going to ask, that is dream job. And what was your dream job when you were a child?
Well, when I was a child at that time, I really wanted to become a teacher because in my kindergarten, I was really obsessed with my teachers who used to teach me, and I really considered at that time that I want to become a teacher. I like to want to become like them in my future.
Okay, have you changed your mind or still you are going on the same track?
Well, I have completely changed my mind because I found that I am a bit impatient, and for being a teacher, it is really necessary to have patience. So I think that I am not quite patient to become a teacher.
What kind of dream jobs that today's children have?
Well, I think that nowadays children most of the times have the dream jobs that is related to technology. Because if I talk about the people nowadays, even the adult ones also really consider that they want to do all their works using technological devices. So I can say that they really don't care about manual work. So I think that they usually prefer to do the work that is related to like operating the technology.
Have you ever gone for any part-time job?
Well, I have never gone for any part-time job, but in future, when I will go abroad for my further studies, at that time, I would like to do a part-time job along with my studies so that I can maintain my expenses.
This is the end of your part one. Now I'm going to give you the part two cue card. Okay. So this is your pen and paper. Here you can mark your ideas. You have 1 minute for the preparations. After that, you will have to speak continuously for 2 minutes until I say you to stop. Are you ready?
Yes.
Shall we start? Start, please.
Well, unusual holiday is something that really teach people a lot because I have experienced a lot of unusual holidays in my life because I think that these really benefit people in a lot of things. People can learn new skills as well as they learn new experiences by going on unusual holidays. Because the nature of unusual holiday is something that really teaches the people how to manage different kinds of situations in their life. Now I'm going to talk about a particular time when I had an unusual holiday. So I vividly remember it was the time of 2 years back when I used to study in college with my best friend. She is with me from my childhood, and we decided to at 9 a.m. we left our home and we were going to our college. And at that time, in between our way to our college, I came to heard here I came. I heard a news of sudden death of a famous politician in my state. So I was a bit shocked at first because I really felt that how this is going, how it has become possible. So it was really a shock for me. Then my friend suggested me to go and have some outing on that day so that we can just spend our time, as well as we from a long time we did not have any kind of holiday. We did not enjoy a lot because our academic exams were going on in the previous month. So at that time we were free, so we decided to go to Chandigarh to spend some leisure time. So although the Chandigarh is not much near to my hometown, but still we managed due to having a private vehicle to go and come back on the same day. So we did a lot of activities over there. We enjoyed going to famous restaurants. Moreover, we enjoyed a lot by exploring some of the parks and gardens that are famous in that place. So after that, it was actually an unusual holiday. I never planned an unusual holiday like this, but just to devote my attention and so that I can be saved from getting disturbed after listening to that incident, my friend suggested me to go there, and it was unusual because we did not plan it. So this was the time when I had an unusual holiday.
Okay, so this is the end of your cue card. Now we are moving further towards the part three. My first question is, which kind of tourist attractions are mainly prioritized by the travelers in your nation?
Well, in my nation, there are several kinds of tourist destinations that are preferred by the people, not even people from my country, the people from other nations also. There are a lot of historical attractions. Some of the parks and gardens are built in my country that are like developed to just make the area developed. Moreover, there are some of the famous religious places in my not in locality, in my state. For example, there is a Gurudwara named as Harmandir Sahib that is quite famous all over the world. I can say that people from all nations come over here to just due to its historical background and popularity. Moreover, there is Taj Mahal in Agra, which is also quite popular in my country.
Okay, do you think that old age people and youngsters have similar preferences when it comes to choose any tourist attractions to visit in vacations? To visit in vacations?
Well, I think that most of the times younger people choose their destination according to the adventurous activities that are available on that particular place because they really don't feel like just exploring the place. They always try to do some adventurous activities also. But if I talk about the old people, they usually prefer the places which are not overcrowded at all so that they can feel calm. Moreover, most of the times older people prefer to go on the religious places.
Okay, have you ever taken a last minute holiday?
Well, as I mentioned on my cue card, I have taken a lot of times unusual holidays because I think that these are unplanned. We do not need to waste the time on planning the things and all. We just need to pick up our bags, pack it, and just go from for the unusual holidays.
And last question, which factors individuals should consider before going on a long journeys?
Well, I think that before going for a long journey, people should first of all check the availability of resources. Then they should check about the time limit that they do not lack their academics or the activities that they do on the daily basis. So that I think that time as well as the availability of resources Moreover, weather conditions are also really something that must be considered by a person, because sometimes the person have to take the things that are necessary to cope up with those particular weather conditions.
Okay, so Napreet, this is the end of your speaking, and have a great day ahead.
Thank you.
Subscribe for more content.